Okay.
Yep, serious faces, everybody. We're recording.
Hi, everybody.
Boom. Hello, hello. Buongiorno.
everyone.
Is that how I say it in Italian? Buongiorno?
Yeah.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. Hello, hello. And
11 in the night.
Oh,
So it's not buongiorno, it's buonanotte.
Buonanotte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Great
right.
pronunciation.
Ah.
Congratulations.
Grazie, signore. Grazie.
Welcome.
Hello, hello, and welcome to the Rock Metal Podcast. I'm your host, John Harris. And today on the Rock Metal Podcast, we have 6 Degrees, and they've got a new album called No One Is Innocent. And released on November 27th via Rock Shots Records. Right now I'm being joined by Luca and Val to share some more information about what 6 Degrees has got going on. We're going to chat about a couple of tracks, as well as the year that the band has had, as well as some pretty cool covers that they did. So, Luca, Val, welcome to the show.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John. Nice to meet you, and thanks for your interest in our project.
Yeah, absolutely great to have you guys on. Thank you for your interest in being on my show, my little podcast. Actually, one of the things that I mentioned was this year, and this album, No One Is Innocent. Maybe because I'm reading this album title at the end of 2020, and I'm immediately ascribing No One Is Innocent to the way 2020 is gone. Does this album have anything to do with 2020, or did you guys write this album before 2020 happened?
Of course. Yeah. No, first of all, no one is innocent. It doesn't mean that everyone is guilty. Okay. It's not a concept. It's just a place in which we put all our emotions, and everything is inside this album, and all the tracks are talk about many arguments, and we try to put them together, but it's not a concept. Okay, the main title comes from a song it's the last one before the cover. It's called None of Us, and it's a particular track in which I talked about a story of 2 friends of mine that broke up, and in which in every story, I think there's always a person who does mistakes, okay, who make mistakes, but also all the other can make mistakes. No one is perfect in this world. We are part of the humanity, and the human being is imperfect, like one of the other songs of ours says. So that came into my mind, and that was the inspiration that came to my mind to write this track.
Mm-hmm. None of Us. Boom. And then we get into the power of love, which just makes everything okay.
Also, love is another important and intense emotion. Every emotion of the human beings are important and intense. Love, hate, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I think that we can describe No One Is Innocent as the result of experiences we live in everyday life, and a set of emotions that I think that we all have experienced it in our everyday life.
Absolutely. Is that where we get to the track, one of the ones that we're going to chat about today, and it has a video available, Imperfect?
Yes, we did the Rock Shot Records did a lyric video of this song, and that was the second single, because the first one was Restart Erase, and this one is the second, and we are planning to shot a video, the first official video, and it would be another song called The Unexpectable. But let's come back to Imperfect. Imperfect is one of those tracks in which you can hear perfectly the sound that we want to put into this album. You know, this duality in which me and Vale are completely different. Our approach is different. No, there's the impact, the aggression that I want to channel with my vocals, with my growls, and there is the softer approach of Valentina with her vocals, so sweet, so different, and I think this the result is something that you can really appreciate, you know.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like a Beauty and the Beast sort of thing.
Maybe. I didn't think about it, but maybe, because every when you express something, it's like try to think about also a simple relationship, okay, in which a man who likes to be needs to be attractive, okay. So if you want to be attractive, you have to be strong, but you have to be soft, okay? Because I can explain. You need to express all your feelings, all your emotion. You could be aggressive sometimes. You could be tender some other times. You know. So you have to, like in Sicilian dialect, we have a special expression, a common saying. We say pasta e cucuzza. It means pasta with zucchini. Do you know? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Which is delicious.
It is delicious. But if you eat it every day, you get used to it. Okay. So every day you're eating the same. So if you give in a relationship always the same things, you get used to it. So you stop to be attractive. Okay. So it's kind of the same in music. Okay. If you give always the same thing, you stop to be attractive, because the conditions are too. Or your name is Slayer, so you can do 30 minutes of total aggression because you have a sound, you have a name, or your listeners are not going to be interested in you. Okay, so you have to give them something different and attractive.
Yes, but I think that the lyrics of the song is important too, because I think that this song has a really important message in where we live in, because the societies in which we live, I think that requires us always to be productive, always on track, and when we make mistakes, it seems to collapse everything on us, you know. And in the song, we try to make it clear that making mistakes is human, and not one of us is perfect. So we must learn to embrace our imperfections, and I think this songs really need it, you know.
So far, it seems like a very forgiving sort of, if there's a theme to the record so far anyway. No one is innocent, and no one is perfect. And not to say, the opposite necessarily is true, because it doesn't mean that everyone is guilty, right? So it seems like a very forgiving set of topics.
I think it's a way of just. We think that we are part of humanity. We are part of this universe, and we are all the same. This is the reason why our name is 6 degrees, because it's, sociological theory about the 6 degrees of separation between everybody, in the world. We are all connected, okay? So I can call you John, but I can call you are a friend of 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 mine, according to this theory, okay? So I can call you John, or I can call you a friend of 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 mine.
And that friend is pasta, because we both love pasta.
You too? Okay. So we can be friends,
yeah.
Because I love pasta too.
Exactly. My son's favorite is rigatoni. I love bucatini. We actually make our own pasta. We have pasta nights. where we make pasta fresh. We have a pasta press from Italy, so it's official. And we choose different shapes and things to go. So I don't know. Ever since then, I'm like, let's talk about pasta. Let's make it the pasta podcast. You know.
That's great. That's great. I can see you're aware that all the Italians are so interested in cooking and talking about cooking. You know, well, we got also we also have other interests such as metal. Okay.
And gelato.
I tell you this because I saw this in an episode of.
That's right.
You know, I saw this in an episode of how do you call the Griffins? The Family Guy.
The Family Guy?
The Family Guy, yeah.
The cartoon?
The cartoon, yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about Italians. Oh, the Italians, they always think about cooking and that's not true. We have some other interests.
Well, we can't all be perfect, Luca. We can't all be perfect.
Imperfect.
That's right. Exactly, imperfect. Fantastic. Cool. Now, the unexpectable, which is an interesting word. I had to think about that for a second, if that was grammatically correct. The unexpectable. And I'm sure it is. It's just not something I don't think I would ever say, which is I had to stop and think about it for a second. But either way, the unexpectable. What is this track about? What is not just unexpectable, but the unexpectable? This is definitive. The unexpectable.
The concept is very simple. I think in everyday life, if you plan something, whatever you plan, life is something that happens while you're making your plans for the future, for the next future, for what it's going to happen tomorrow. And every time you think about your plans and you plan something, it happens that something goes different, okay? Something that is unpredictable and something that you cannot expect. So everything is uncertain, and you have to live everyday life like it was the last day for you on Earth.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I think John Lennon said something about that. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans.
Well, of course, exactly. John Lennon said. Great. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember if it's in a song or if it's something he said, but I stuck it. I tattooed it to the inside of my skull, Luca. Perfect. Okay, now I actually have a note across my desk here regarding specifically Restart Erase. That it was one of the last songs that you guys wrote, but it ended up making the first song we hear on the record. So I guess maybe take us through the writing process of the record, where Restart Erase was in that process. Like, was the tone of the record already set by the time that happened? And what went into the decision to make Restart Erase the first track that we hear?
You know, when we started this project, I wrote about 20 or 22 songs, and then we put them together and decided to put just 10 on the record. But when I started writing, I didn't expect what was going to happen later. But I thought, just write down riffs and music and ideas and melodies, etc. So it was not a process guided by something special. It just came into my mind in a particular period of my life. So I started writing, and while I was writing, all the ideas came one after one, and the process was like this. There was not, okay. Just restart the process, the concept. Okay, I start again.
It's okay. You can do that before I break into Umbrian pasta dishes. This is fantastic.
You don't know Hambradiches.
Norcaneria.
No.
Norcineria, maybe.
Okay.
Norcineria.
Norcineria. Yeah. Cucina povera.
What I was trying to say was that when I started this process, I started writing all the songs, okay? And while I was writing, the sound, the final sound came into my mind, how it should be, okay? Mm-hmm. So, yes, the Restart Erase was maybe the 16th song I wrote, but I decided to let it be the opener of the record because it reflects, it shows perfectly all the ingredients of our sound. Okay, there's the aggression, there's the impact, but there's also the melody, you know, and all the catchy melodies in the chorus. So I liked it, and I thought this is perfect to be the opener of the album.
Okay, perfect. Now, it sounds like you did quite a bit of the writing on the record. Vale, what did you do on the record? Did you do, like, lyrics, melodies, just vocals? What happened?
Oh, yeah, so the album of No One Is Innocent was already at an advanced stage when I joined the project. So the main ideas came from Luca's mind, and then I helped define them better. But I didn't write the lyrics. I helped him with the melody of my part of the voice. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all.
Because basically in the write-up, it sounds like you were on stage with Christina and then immediately walked off stage and you met Luca. That's kind of like how it reads.
No. So I...
Which is a cool story.
Yes, I met Christina, I think in the 2017, something like that, and I have the honor to share the stage with her, but only because with my latest band, Burn It Down, I was at this event called Music Village, where in the morning we had a lot of lessons with some I don't know.
Musicians?
No, not musicians. They were...
Teacher?
No, they're not teacher. I know how to say teacher. There were people from label, from Italian label like Scarlet Records and Bagana Records, and they explain us how to manage a Facebook page, an Instagram page, how to be noticed by a label and stuff like that. And Christina was a guest of this event, and during this week I knew her. And wow, that's very fantastic because she's so kind, so gentle. She helped me to correct some lyrics of my song of Burn It Down song. And one evening, I decided to try to ask her if she wanted to share the stage with me. And I was sure she declined the offer, but in the end she said, "Oh yes, we can do it." So we played the cover areas by System of a Down with her, and wow, I love her. She's so kind. I don't know how to say, because I'm in love with her. I don't know if she remembered that, but. It is a wonderful memories for me, and wow, for me and my band, my last band, Burn It Down. I love them too.
And I'm kind too. Don't you love me? I'm kind too.
Luca is very kind. Luca's super kind. He will feed you pasta and zucchini. He's a very Very kind guy. No, that's fantastic. I'm sure she would remember it. And the unfortunate thing about this year is that I was scheduled to meet with Lacuna Coil when they were coming to Canada, and then they had to move the date because of travel restrictions, and then that date that got moved got canceled. So twice I was on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
Twice I was going to meet with them, and then 2020 happened. So that's
Are you
nice.
still in a lockdown situation just like us there in Canada?
Right now. Yeah, we're on lockdown number 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the same here in Italy.
Situation, yes.
And you guys are okay though?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
But we should consider we are living in a country that right now, at the end of December, we had just 50,000 people dead. That's unbelievable. That's weird.
Yeah, that's a few airplanes full of people. Just
That's incredible.
yeah. Well then, to make things brighter, let's talk about the power of love. Of all the songs to cover, I mean, did you even need a cover song? Was there how did the cover song how did it happen? And then of all the songs, the power of love, how does it fit into the record? Does it even fit into the record?
Actually, I don't know, but I what I can tell you is that I was so tempted to do this because Back to the Future was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. I don't know your age, but I'm sure you know perfectly this movie. Okay, so everyone knows Back to the Future trilogy, and the first time I saw it, if you remember, there's a scene in which Marty McFly got on the stage with his band, the Pinheads, and they started to play this movie theme, the song from Julius and the News, "The Power of Love," in some kind of metal version, but just the beginning, because the guy on the chair just stands up and says, "Guys, you're too darn loud. So get off. Come on." So I was like this, no, I had to hear that metal version of the song. So after a few years, after many years, I decided to do it myself, okay? I wanted to hear that version of the song, so I must do it, okay? Our way, of course, because it's really metal version, but also if you listen to the solos, I tried to put the theme from from the movie inside the solos of this song. So it's I think it's a strange version, and I think also Julius could appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. One of your colleague, I think in Canada or in the United States, wrote in his blog, Julius could dance in the corridors or something, listening to this version of "The Power of Love." And I was really, yeah, super cool. Yeah, fine. That's great.
Yeah, well, there could be 6 degrees of separation between you and Huey Lewis and the News.
Of course there is. Of course, according to the theory, of course.
Of course, baby, of course. I was just looking up how to say my age in Italian. I'm probably going to screw it up, but ho 35 anni.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great job. Well done. Yeah. 35.
Grazie.
35 is español. Es español.
That's right. Es cierto, señor.
Cierto.
Ay, caramba. Now, that's Spanish. We're not going to speak Spanish today.
No.
Pasta with sardines and wild fennel. Apparently, it's a Sicilian pasta dish. Is that correct? Is that your thing? Sardines and wild fennel?
Which one?
Pasta with sardines and wild fennel. I wonder if I can...
Of course it is. Of course, wild fennel. Yeah.
Boom. That sounds amazing.
Amazing. Yeah. It's one of the most delicious dishes that my mama can cook. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Oche de lupo with ricotta and pistachios. This is fantastic, guys. I should come visit. It'll be great.
Of course you have to.
Beautiful, sweet. So we chatted about Imperfect, the lyric video. We can thank Rock Shots for that. So Roberto, if you're listening in, hello and thank you.
Thank you, Rob.
Robbie Bobby, Robbio, Robbo Bobbo. Then the Unexpectable, we chatted about the album No One Is Innocent, The Power of Love, Huey Lewis in the News. It sounds like you guys did fairly well this year. It's been rather disruptive for a lot of projects and a lot of bands, but it seems like, for the most part, minus playing shows or however you guys would be promoting the record traditionally, the year's been okay for you guys?
We are trying to do our best with, the social networks, because we can go on stage. So the only thing that we've got right now to promote, to make promotion, is to let the other listen to our songs by publishing them on YouTube or Spotify or whatever, and putting some fresh news on our social network page, but nothing more right now.
Okay. Any live streams? Anything like that?
Not yet. We didn't plan this at the moment, but we are thinking about something like this. Yeah, it could be interesting. I told Tavares a few days ago if she wants to make an acoustic version of one of our songs, and she said, "Yeah, cool, let's try it." So maybe there is going to be a surprise in a few weeks. I don't know. I can tell you the song is Stuck in the Middle. Stuck in the Middle.
Stuck in the Middle, track number 6, which if there were 12 tracks, it would be Stuck in the Middle.
Yeah.
What happened on May 10th? I'm curious.
On May 10th?
Yeah, there's a track called May 10th.
Yes, of course. Something absolutely personal that came into my life.
Okay. All right. Well, there it is, everybody. Perfect. I think we've covered everything. Is there anything that you guys wanted to chat about that I did not bring up?
Maybe the way we met, Vale. It was very, very nice, because she wrote a message on a social network here called Music Village, in which musicians look for other musicians.
Yes, I was searching for musicians to form a new kind of band, and
she found me. And I answered, the first time I answered, "Hi Vale, this is Luca. I'm a guitar player and I want to join the band." And she answered, "Hey Luca, sorry, I just saw the message now. Sorry, I'm late." And I suddenly told her, "I just wrote it today. The message, I wrote it today. So you're not late. You're answering perfectly in time." Okay. And so we made a rehearsal with her band, but the first time I heard her voice, I was shocked, because I thought she's perfect for my project. She's perfect.
Thank you. I'm in love with your grow too, and your guitar, and all your fantasy for No One Is Innocent. Wow.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you.
And then, so did you guys go shopping around for a label at some point? How did Rock Shots get involved?
We let them hear our first 2 or 3 songs, Vale? Maybe
Yeah.
Roberto heard
There's 3 songs. Maytown, Restart Erase, and I don't remember the third song.
Maga's multiple choice answer.
Oh, yeah,
That's the
yes.
other one. So Roberto liked them, and he said, "Why don't we make a deal?" And we say, "Fuck yeah!" We say yes.
Wow. Okay. No, I can see Vale doing that. I could totally see it. Exactly like that.
Like that.
Okay. Very cool. Well, that concludes my questions. Is there anything else?
Listen to our music, because it's worth it.
Listen to what No One Is Innocent. Come on, guy.
Yeah, baby. All right. Well, then thank you guys so much for coming on to the Rock Metal Podcast today.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.